pressure has been applied.
See y'all from Texas. We got Beyonce, try the truth.
Hey, little fish.
Errol Spence warns Crawford, danger, swim at your own risk, or will Crawford simply catch the big fish? We're a little bit more than a month out from the fight with Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Bud Crawford. 9 days from a month, actually, before the eventual showdown happens, right? June 20th is the date today, and yeah, they had a series of interviews, both fighters, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Now, some things that were said in some of these interviews is like, do I want to go back down that path again? Nah, I really don't. But Errol Spence came and said that he set out to do what he said he was going to do.
Definitely. Besides my kids, it was coming back to fight, Terence Crawford. He was he was a top guy, and like I said, I don't lie about nothing. I told him, I say, I'm gonna get these belts, and I'm gonna come and take yours. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been collecting belts despite stuff that happened outside the ring.
And while I do agree, yeah, Errol Spence did say he did do what he said he was going to do. It took a lot longer than most people would have liked, right? It took 5 years, better late than never. But Errol Spence said that he's going to break Terence Crawford.
Career fighter, I feel like I'm going to break him physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, everything. I'm just going to break his will.
He's gonna do a lot of things, man. But when you say break, I need to know how you're gonna do this, because I've seen you in there with other guys that isn't the caliber, in my opinion. They aren't the caliber of a fighter as Terence Crawford, and you didn't break those guys. So if those guys didn't get broken, then what makes the fight with Terence Crawford any different? Considering a long layoff and et cetera, et cetera. And I've seen a lot of you guys in the comment section saying it seemed like Spence is really, really trying to convince himself of all this stuff that he's saying. And it seemed like a lot of people also was kind of annoyed by the Kunta Kinte remarks, right? But whatever the case, these dudes got to fight July 29th. Terence Bud Crawford said that there isn't many things that Spence done that he hasn't seen.
Anything that he does in the ring that concerns you?
No. I've seen it all. I've been in the ring with it all. I've been in the ring with bigger fighters. I've been in the ring with pressure fighters. I've been in the ring with fighters that throw a lot of punches and use their jab. I've been in the ring with all of them. Southpaws, orthodox, big, small, tall, medium. So I've been boxing for a long time, since I was 7. So I don't think there's nothing that Errol Spence can do that I haven't seen before.
And this is something that I've been saying for a long time when we talking about this fight. Even if you've been following me on Original Dojo, Bushido Boxing, go check out Bushido Boxing. We do live streams there. I said that Terence Crawford, while he may not have had the marquee names on his resume, the names that everybody be salivating over, right? He fought a lot of different guys with a lot of different styles. Some guys was undefeated. Some guys was Olympic caliber, right? They may not have been no household names or anything like that, but they were some solid fighters. Some was tall, some was long, some was small, some was strong. Crawford fought a lot of different styles in his professional career, right? Not to mention he's been boxing since he was 7 years old. Errol Spence Jr. started boxing at 15. And while Errol Spence has had a late start in a lot of people's eyes, I think 15 is kind of late, right? It might be kind of late for boxing, considering a lot of young champions, a lot of young boxers start boxing at the ages of 7, 8 years old, really young. But Errol Spence, for him to have started at 15 years old, he done very well for himself in the hard sport of boxing, right? But there's a lot of things that Terence Crawford's seen in the ring, right? Style-wise. Now, he may not have never been in there with Errol Spence, but when we talking about styles, there's not too many things that Crawford hasn't seen. And I don't think that Errol Spence straightforward textbook style is something that Crawford just hasn't seen. It's just a matter of could he deal with it, right? It's one of those situations. He's going to have to swim at his own risk dealing with the big fish, right? But Crawford seems to be confident that he can swim in any ocean with any fish, right? Capture Moby Dick with a fishing stick. I mean, look, this fight's going to be lit. I can't wait to see this. But I'm still interested in knowing how Errol Spence is he really going to, I mean, he really has no choice to go into this fight. And I don't want to sound biased. I know some dudes come in the comments, especially the new guys and all that. But I like Errol Spence, man. But I'm really still having a hard time seeing how is he going to approach this fight and how is he going to break Terence Bud Crawford, especially if he's not landing punches like he normally does, right? So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm excited for this fight. Both guys have had their interviews now. I expect some more, probably within the next couple of weeks or so. We're going to do a live stream, Fans Perspective, episode 3, later on this week. Be on the lookout for that. And yeah, the fight, man, it's going to be a good one. But for Terence Crawford going into this fight, with the experience that he has, and everything else that comes with Terence Bud Crawford. The good thing about Terence Crawford is he's a fresh fighter. He's a relatively fresh fighter, man. Considering the fights that he's had, he hasn't been in too many wars or anything like that, right? We never seen Bud Crawford all beat up in fights. Crawford never really been thrown into any wars. So when Errol Spence says the things like war, it's going to be a war, I don't think it's necessarily going to be a war unless Terence Crawford allows it to be a war. I think he's going to be the ring general in the fight, and it's up to Errol Spence Jr. to stop Terence Crawford from going left, from going right. It's going to be a great fight, man. But yeah, Errol Spence, as far as breaking Terence Crawford, and as far as him, I think that if you want to dig back deeper into the whole situation, Errol Spence said a lot of things, and I got the videos on this channel and on the original channel. He said a lot of things that leads you to believe that he really just simply didn't want Terence Crawford, that he did not want to fight Terence Bud Crawford, that he didn't want to step in the ring with Terence Bud Crawford. That's just what it looked like for years, people. We've got the videos, a lot of things that he said, but look, it's all on water under the bridge. I let bygones be bygones. I'm not one to beat on a dead horse. I'm not one of those type of guys. But I do remember vividly how things played out leading all the way up until now. But yeah, you guys, great time for boxing fans. That's the morning video. Errol Spence Jr. tells Terence Crawford, swim at your own risk. Terence Crawford said he's going to capture Moby Dick. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.